Target. I hate when people call Target Target.
Okay, why'd you do it then, Chris?
I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
Okay, me neither.
I'm drunk with power. So somebody tagged us on an Instagram post about Target.
I saw that.
Did you happen to read it?
I did.
You know what it's all about already?
A little bit.
Are you ready to discuss it?
Yeah.
You have a lot to say?
Nope. I will when we discuss it.
But before we get started and start talking about Target, make sure you check out MISCHIEFtoys.com. This upcoming New Year's, we're dropping a brand new figure, Black, Silver, and Gold Mortem.
Okay, we're just calling him Silver and Gold Mortem.
Silver and Gold Mortem.
He is incredible. Limited to just 250 pieces. It is our very first metallic figure. So we also have a pin bundle. The pin bundle is limited to 125 pieces. It's $80. And the figure by itself is 250, like I had already said. That includes the pin bundle.
Okay.
So 250 figures total. Pin, 125.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
How much is the figure by itself?
The figure by itself is $65. He's going on sale at 12 noon Eastern on Tuesday, December 31st.
That's right. So make sure you go to MISCHIEFtoys.com right now and sign up for the newsletter. And also go to Instagram and follow Mischief Toys, at Mischief Toys. And we have something up our sleeves for the Coven of Mischief. So if you're in the Coven of Mischief, keep your eyes peeled and your ear holes open.
How do you peel your eyes? That's very scary. You look like a monster when you do that.
So let's talk about Target. Wade_K_custom says, I guess they saw the video of the Pokemon card guy.
Could be.
Target reserves the right to prohibit purchases of any merchandise to resellers. Resellers are defined as a company or an individual that purchases goods with the intention of selling them rather than using them. This includes individuals that exhibit behaviors such as pack searching and weighing. So when we're talking about weighing, that was like huge with the mystery minis way back when.
Yes, with Funko.
But I'm wondering if weighing comes into play with cards as well.
Would it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a type of card that weighs more. I don't really know. You can let us know in the comment section. We would appreciate to understand why weighing is sort of, playing into this. But it says such as pack searching. What? I guess pack searching would be cards.
Yes.
Okay, so pack searching.
Yeah, weighing might be the sodas, although most people just rip those open.
So the headline is Target cracking down on scalpers. This is really interesting to me because there might be people who do collect, who do weigh things, and they're not resellers. How can they police something like this? Like, how can you say that a person is a reseller versus a person who isn't reselling? Those types of behaviors isn't just a reseller behavior.
Yeah, I know many collectors who would weigh their mystery minis and sodas because they're looking for one specific thing.
Right. So how can you police this? And here's my question. This is directed at you because I want to hear what you have to say, but also directed at you, the audience, because I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Did Target just put this out to make us think they're doing something about it? Or did they put this out because they seriously do want to do something about it?
Maybe a little bit of both. So I have the feeling that people have been complaining about the behavior of some resellers or people who they think are resellers, which a lot of times it'll be people grabbing like a ton. Like, remember the Pokemon thing? The guy grabbed them all. That guy, it's not like, oh, I'm getting these for my nieces and nephews.
For those who may not know what that was.
Oh, sorry.
A dude literally goes into Target and picks up the entire like cardboard display. And he starts carrying it out of like, not the store, but like carrying it like, to the cash registers. So that's why that person commented basically saying, is this why this is happening? Now, this has been something that's been going on for many years. If I were a Target employee and I saw some dude carrying up an entire display, of course, we already know what they're doing. Like, I think anybody could, like, realize what is going on. So I don't even understand why a Target employee in that moment wouldn't stop them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would it take this to stop them?
So I think they're not really supposed to if someone appears as if they could be hostile. I don't know if that's like a Target thing or not.
Are you saying that this person seemed hostile because they were carrying an entire display?
I think that someone who's willing to do that is fucking insane.
Well, are they hostile?
I would say that that's potentially hostile behavior. I would be scared of them getting hostile, yeah.
So I guess then now, with this news coming out, a Target employee would then approach them, hostile or not, and say, hey, you can't do this? You can't buy all these?
I don't know.
So
it's bizarre.
We've already encountered somebody at Target many years ago, as I mentioned in our video talking about this Pokemon guy, that I was stopped from buying 2 different colors of the Boba Fett 10-inch Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I was told I could not buy them both.
Which was ridiculous.
So they had cracked down back then, and of course nowadays with Funko Pops it's completely lax because it just isn't the same anymore.
Yeah.
This, I believe, is directed specifically at Pokemon. I think the person who commented and tagged us, that's why they said what they said, because it is Pokemon cards or cards in general.
I think this in particular is, but I also know that people were going crazy over those Taylor Swift books and vinyls.
Really?
Yes, like bad. Like people were purchasing like as many as they would let them. Some Targets limited them to 1 per person and other Targets were just like, whatever.
I thought they were incredibly easy to get.
So they were, which is weird. So some Targets, people were buying them up and then other, like people were waiting in lines like all night for those books. Yeah.
And then in the end, they were abundant.
Yeah, I think they created like 2 million copies or something.
2 million?
I think so.
Were they marked as limited?
I don't remember. No.
They weren't marked as limited?
No.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Why would anybody go and stand in line for something that they are going to mass produce?
I think it's just wanting to be the first to get it and like being there just in case it sells out of your area.
But you did not do this.
No, but luckily one of my friends picked it up.
What do you mean, luckily? You could have gone the next day and just picked it up. Am I crazy here? Don't look at me like that. Why do you look like that? That's what our cats look like when they're aggravated about something. Is that why you look like that?
I'm aggravated about
it because you're wearing cat glasses.
These are my glasses.
They're cat glasses.
Okay.
They look like little kitty cat ears on either side. That's what they look like to me. Is this truthfully something that Target is going to crack down on? I have never purchased cards at a Target before. I've never stood in line for these cards either. However, seeing that guy carry out an entire display is a prime example of a person who is willing to completely break all the rules. Screw everybody, which was really messed up. To me, that is the worst part, is that there is somebody out there who's willing to do that, but I guess there are some people who just need things or need money more than others, because that guy, he was specifically going to flip them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, what else was he doing with them? So that is what this post is all about. That's what this post is talking about. It's about somebody who's willing to carry out a display. But Chris from the Gastlecast trying to buy Jason Swoboda and myself a Boba Fett, I am not that guy. So I'm still shocked to this day that they stopped me. What was I doing so wrong?
You were buying 2 completely different items.
Two totally different things. They weren't even the same.
I think that person, like, misunderstood the instructions.
I have no idea, but she walked up to me. I thought she was going to fight me. That's what it felt like. That's what that guy with the display should have been faced with. Like, at the end of the line, it's like that person standing there, hey, you can't buy all that.
Why'd they have, like, a weird voice in the beginning, and then it changed back to normal at the very end?
Because they say hey a little bit different. Her!
You can't buy all that.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
It was good.
So do you think this will truthfully work? It'll deter people? Do you think stores are even going to do anything about this? Like, do you think that the people who are there being paid, $15 per hour are really going to give a crap? Are they getting $15 an hour? By the way, I don't even know what they're getting paid.
I think Target pays decent for a retail store.
Do they?
From what I
$20
heard,
or something?
It might be. I'm not sure. If you work for Target or know what they pay, let us know in the comments down below. But it's hard to say. It depends on who they are. It depends on the store, because this, to me, like, is this all stores or is this just one store? You know what I mean?
Right, well, true, yeah. Yeah, so this is a sign that's hanging up in the store, as you can see. It's right there in the card section. Look, this person says support. There's no way they can enforce this outside of seeing people weigh products. I completely agree with that. Yeah. Because how can you do anything about it? You can't just stop somebody because they're buying, unless you're like, you can only buy 2 packs. That's how you stop them, maybe. resellers complaining about resellers, that's funny.
Hold on, question. Are they talking about Target being a reseller?
No, they're probably talking about people in the comment section, maybe complaining about this.
Are you sure?
Well, what are they talking about? How's Target reselling anything? They're selling product.
I know they are, but technically they're purchasing the product and then marking it up and selling it. Like, sometimes people use that argument and it's fucking insane.
That's insane.
It is the dumbest logic, in my opinion.
They've been saying this, though. Think it is needed, to be honest, but people will find a way. That's true. I mean, if you go back, if we're talking about Funko Pops specifically, there were people who were finding Funko Pops that are not supposed to sell until like a month later.
Yeah.
Sitting on the shelves. They'll buy or grab another Funko Pop, scan it, and then collect the one that they were unable to buy.
Yeah.
Which kind of is a frustrating situation anyway, because if you walk into a store, something's sitting on the shelf, you should be able to buy it.
But at the same time, I also feel like you should respect that, you know what I mean? But like, there's so many other people who won't. So it's like, if you don't get it, then the next guy who walks up and sees it is going to use that trick.
Absolutely.
Probably. So it's
Absolutely.
Like, it's really frustrating because it's like, okay, but I think what people think is, you know, someone else is going to do that, so I'm going to do it first.
Because why miss out on it if it's sitting right there in front of you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how these folks are looking at it. And some people, the reseller mentality, they walk in, they see something on the shelf that has not sold yet, and they're like, damn, I want to be the first one to put this on eBay right now. People will be willing to spend a lot of money on this right now. Because it happens a lot, like with convention exclusives, various things that maybe have, you know, weren't supposed to be out yet. Chases, you know, special Target chases.
Yeah.
People will spend so much money to say that they have it first.
Yeah.
Which is incredible to me.
It's wild.
I literally can be the last person, you know, on the list to get my stuff. What do you mean,
Remember Toys Wonderland?
That was for content, Heather. That had nothing to do with me needing it.
Everything is for content.
That was specifically for content. Okay, so what Heather's talking about.
He ordered from a non-reputable place.
It wasn't non-reputable.
In another country.
It wasn't
because
non-reputable.
some YouTuber said that it's cool and they'll treat him right.
It was reputable at the time.
He ordered it so that he would get it early, and it turns out
so I could show it off on the channel.
Late.
Whatever.
And they wouldn't refund his money. They were just like, well, screw you. You're going to have it.
At the end, who won?
You
tell him who won, Heather.
We had to go into the bank and waste so much time.
Use that dirty little mouth and tell him, I got my money back. I got it back very hard.
Because of me. I went through all of our statements.
What did you do? You just stood there string bean. You didn't do shit.
I went through every single statement, told them exactly how much we paid, pointed out the dates and all of the transactions.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
You, with them glasses, you're kidding me.
We went to the branch.
I talked to them on the phone. And we had long conversations, me and the bank. And I told them, hey, listen up. I want my money back. I'll go, fuck what you have to do to get it.
You said no such thing.
I did.
And then what? They came over here and they kicked you in the face. That's what happened.
I got my money. Well, what I'm saying is that I do not have to be first when it comes to stuff like this. When this stuff shows up in the stores or whatever, it's just not me. I don't really care so much. I don't stand in line for anything anymore. Now, at one point in time, I did. But as far as I'm concerned, you can be the person who stands in line, the person who wants to resell, the person that wants to use this as a business, which some people do. Don't pick up the entire damn display and try to buy it all. That's crazy to me. What do you guys think about this? I think this is interesting that Target decided to say this now. This has actually been weeks, maybe months after the whole Target display thing happened. I mean, we talked about that a while ago. I'm curious
exactly what brought them to that point. Because like you mentioned, it happened with Mystery Minis.
I wonder if there's a legal thing going that we don't know about.
Could be.
Where somebody was at that store, Target allowed that person to carry all that stuff out, and some people will be like, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to let this go. And they go get, you know, legal, a lawyer, somebody, some sort of counsel on their side, and then they start moving ahead, and that's what makes rules change. And so here we are.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be, I don't know.
Maybe.
But are you one of these people who go out and buy the card packs? And if you are, have you run into any problems at Target? Do you think this is really bogus? And the fact that how can Target point out who a reseller is? That's my biggest issue with this, is that how can you specifically say this person's a reseller? Maybe somebody just goes and buys a ton of carpet. What if they're buying for all their friends? What if the guy who picked up that display, I'm not saying that he didn't resell. What if he picked up the display and he was going to give it to all of his friends? He was selling them to his buddies.
Yeah, but
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm just saying.
Like,
I know.
Help a friend if there's nobody behind you in line.
I think it's garbage. I think what that person did was absolutely garbage. So I don't want anybody taking me the wrong way there. But I want to know what you guys think about this and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Katie Spink, James Neff, Lisa Stevens, Isaiah Gartman, Michelle Days, The World According to Jason, Zachary Stone, SJ, Shelby and Holden Collect, and Eric Link. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock so hard. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. We think you'll have a blast with us every single month during our live Google Meet chat, which takes place on a random Saturday during the month. We do giveaways, we show you upcoming Mischief Toys things, and much more. Come and join up. Patreon.com/Gastlecast. And also, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content, and you specifically don't want to miss our lives every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. We hang out, we talk about all sorts of stuff in the collectible world, and overall have a blast. And sometimes we even do huge Mischief Toys announcements there. So if you're a Mischief Toys fan, that's the place to be every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for staying until the end. We appreciate you. Remember, we like to read those comments in the comment section down below, so leave us something down there. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.